Hi you guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the ethics of using ad blockers. So here's the scenario we have. Ad blockers prevent ads from popping up while visiting a website, but those pop-up ads are a source of revenue for the website. Without this revenue, many websites will have to shut down. Mary has been thinking of using an ad blocker, but is concerned that her favorite websites may shut down. Our dilemma is it ethical for Mary to use an ad blocker? So when I first read the prompt, here's are just some things that came to mind. Some pros, it speeds up the process, and programs and pirating softwares and all that stuff, it makes it easier. The cons, it would be losing website money and revenue, significantly decreasing it. And then I was like, so why do people even use it? And people have different agendas. Some watch movies and TVs to get information quicker or access things that would be harder without ads. My thought process was that it could be pretty self-indulgent for both, because you're going to be using the ad blockers to get rid of the ads, which is stopping the revenue. But then again, the ads are there for the website to try and make money, so everyone's trying to benefit themselves, which is what I initially thought when I read it. And onto the ethical analysis, the moral agent in this scenario is Mary, the individual who is considering using an ad blocker. The thing of value at stake is the revenue generated from ads that allow websites to operate and provide content to their users. So the stakeholders in the scenario would be Mary. She values a seamless browsing experience and wants to avoid intrusive ads. Then we have the website owners. They rely on ad revenue, majority of them, to sustain their websites and provide content. Then we have the users. They benefit from free access to content, but may be inconvenienced by ads. So let's get into the main courses of action here. Mary can choose to use an ad blocker to avoid seeing ads while browsing, or she can choose not to use an ad blocker and allow the ads to be played. The probable consequences of each action and on each set of stakeholders are: if Mary uses an ad blocker, Mary benefits from ad-free browsing experience. Website owners may suffer a loss of revenue, potentially leading to financial difficulties and possible disclosure. Users may benefit from the absence of intrusive ads, but also lose access to content if the website shuts down. Then we have whether or not if she does not use it, Mary may have to tolerate intrusive ads while browsing. Website owners generate revenue from ads, allowing them to sustain their websites and provide content. Then users have access to free content, but they will still have intrusive ads. So I wanted to go about this scenario with a few different perspectives. I had to look this one up. The Cation theory focuses on the principles of duty and moral obligation. In this context, Mary would argue that it is her duty to respect the autonomy and property rights of website owners by not using an ad blocker, as it directly affects their ability to sustain their websites. Then, with something I'm more familiar with, utilitarian theories emphasize maximizing overall happiness or utility. From a utilitarian perspective, Mary would need to consider the overall happiness and well-being of all stakeholders. While using an ad blocker may increase her overall happiness, it could lead to negative consequences for the website owners and users who lose access to the content. Then we have the social contract theory, which suggests that ethical principles are based on an implicit social agreement. So for that, Mary could consider whether using an ad blocker aligns with the expectations and norms of the online community. If supporting websites through ad revenue is considered a social obligation, using an ad blocker might seem as a breach of that obligation. Then we have virtue ethics, which focus on developing moral character traits. Mary could reflect on virtues such as fairness, honesty, and respect. She may consider whether using an ad blocker aligns with these virtues and whether it promotes a virtuous online community. And one of the final areas we can really think about this situation with is the professional code of ethics, which, as I found, can vary depending on the profession. And in this scenario, there isn't a specific professional code of ethics directly applicable to Mary's situation as an individual user, but I just wanted to mention that. And considering the different ethical perspectives, I believe it's recommended that Mary reflects on the potential consequences of using an ad blocker, she should weigh her desire for an ad-free browsing experience against the potential negative impact on website owners and the broader online community. Mary could consider alternative ways to support her favorite websites, such as making voluntary donations or subscribing to premium services they offer. This way, she can support the websites while also addressing her concerns about intrusive ads. Ultimately, Mary should make an informed decision that balances her personal preferences with the potential consequences for other stakeholders. Honestly, when it comes to situations like these, it's hard to tell whether or not this is considered ethical because it's helping the person. Me personally, I've used ad blockers unintentionally, sometimes intentionally, and I never really think about the website, so it's really hard to say. I guess it all depends on the person and how much they care about these different scenarios and situations and stakeholders, and that really determines whether or not it's considered ethical, in my opinion. And here's my works cited page. A majority of these things you really just had to think, like, with your own due diligence with these kinds of things. It wasn't no cut and dry explanation. So these were just like things I genuinely did not know. But all in all, that was the presentation. I wanted to make sure I had a video in there because I feel like that would really explain it the most, especially with what this is about. And all in all, that was really it.